Hi, Mo. Look, Gardner.
When's
let me
that?
ask. Let me ask this Gardner to stop. No, no, no. He's not gonna ruin this interview. 2 seconds. Sorry.
A few moments later.
Cody. Alrighty then. Okay. I'm so happy to introduce today's guest. I'm also looking forward to Girls Trip Africa. I feel like the introduction is not really necessary, but for those who do not know, we are joined by the one and only Angel Ndlela, the most youthful of the group. I feel like from the
Hey,
ladies that are there, hi, you're bringing that energy, you're bringing the vibe. How are you today?
I'm really good. Our show aired today. I actually haven't watched it
Yeah.
because the first half of my day belongs to me. So Pilates, my sister's getting is graduating, so I took her to grad. My brother's getting married tomorrow. Now I'm gonna sit down
Nice.
with myself, and then I'm gonna enjoy the show. So it's been a good day. How are you?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to watching the season, but I wanted to have this like interview with you first, just so that I know exactly what to expect.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm really glad that you're part of this girls' trip this time around. Honestly, Angel, your journey from Real Housewives of Durban to Girls Trip is just such a lovely journey. I feel like the one thing I've heard a lot of people say about you through when you started out in season 4 with us up until now is the growth. Like, girl, if there's one thing you've done is definitely grow over time. We've started to see your personality more. I feel like you're so comfortable now. You're so confident as well in the way you present yourself to the ladies. And the one thing I wanted to ask you was what made you want to join this specific girls trip? Obviously, you guys always have girls trips on Real Housewives of Durban as well. But what about this girls trip in particular made you think, you know what, I want to be a part of this. This is something that I want to do.
Am I saying it right? Adelaide.
Yes,
Adelaide.
it's Adelaide. Yes, yes, so perfect.
Adelaide. I've always been so vocal about the fact that I grew up in a Christian home and I'm a very spiritual person. And I pray a lot and I fast a lot and opportunities find me. And God aligns me with things that He feels like are deserving. So this trip was no different. I remember I was flying from Epologwane to Johannesburg and back to Durban.
Mm.
And when I landed, there was like 5 missed calls. I'm like, who this? Like, I'm not owing anyone, at least not that I know of. And when I called the number back, they're like, hey, this is so and so from Go Productions. We'd really like you to join Ultimate Girls Trip. We're leaving in like 15 days. I'm like, how many days? Like 15 days. I'm like, I'm packing right now. So where I'm going with this is I wasn't given an opportunity to decide. It found me. And
Mm.
anytime when grace locates you, you can't fight with that. And I think
Mm.
that's why a lot of people will say, what is Angel doing here? What is Angel doing here? I'm here because I was handpicked. End of the day, he qualifies the called. So
Nah. No, I believe so. I think also, like I said, from how you've been on Real Housewives of Durban, I feel like you're so deserving of being there. And also, you're such a girl's girl. I don't know. I know a lot of people may have their own little opinions, but I feel like you're a girl's girl and you really care about people. And last season, we saw such a vulnerable side of you. And also, I just wanted to ask you, how's your mom? Is she okay? Are you all in a better space now? Because I felt for you so much last season when you were going through that. And I was also just thinking to myself, how are you coping, when it comes to your mental health and juggling the show? Because there's so much drama, but then people forget that at the end of the day, you guys are real people, just like all of us. And I always wonder how you are able to find a balance in all of that, and you do so many things. People, I don't know if people know, but you're a musician. She has music on Spotify, guys. Go and support. She's an entrepreneur of a ANG group, but Angel Ndlela group for those who also don't know. So you're juggling so many things. How do you cope with that balance of your mental health and also being so many things in so many, industries, construction, fashion, music? How do you juggle?
So thank you for asking about my mom. I always appreciate it when people do that, even though it makes me want to cry.
I'm
It does. Um,
sorry.
she she's she's doing amazing. Like I shit that my mom has vitiligo. Every day she's posting my hands, my fingers. And it's so nice to see that I literally almost lost my mom. And traumatized me to the point where people who've lost their parents always say losing a parent is so traumatizing. And for me, it feels like if it felt like that, and I'm gonna have to unfortunately feel it again in the future, I'm very grateful that my mom is still around. She's doing so well. I'm actually going home after this interview, very excited to see her. So God is really good. And to your other question about how I balance it, I don't. I don't know. I could be losing my marble, you know. But again, God, like I recently learned about this new thing called regulating your nervous system, right? So just breathing and praying and being calm, that is how I deal with a lot of things. But I think ultimately, I think it's hard to be ambitious, but it's also hard to be mediocre. I
Mm.
I chose my heart, and it comes with critics and it comes with all these things. But I'm so ambitious, and I feel like life has so much to offer. Hence, I do so many things. So yeah, like I really don't know how I'm balancing it out, but I am.
That's good to hear. And I wanted to ask you, in terms, well, obviously, without spoiling it for us in the show, who have you gotten close to that you didn't expect to get close to, if you're allowed to tell us?
I don't think I am. I really don't,
Ah!
because the show is, guys, it's the best thing to come out of Africa, number one. Number two, you guys will literally not expect what's going to happen. So please subscribe to Showmax, stick on the socials, because it's going to be worth your while.
Definitely. And then how was it like linking up with different ladies from all over the, the Real Housewife universe? Because it is a universe on its own, let's be honest. There's so many ladies from so many countries that are representing their countries as well. How was it, meeting new people that aren't necessarily within our Real Housewife universe in South Africa? And obviously we do have the best. But I just wanted to know how you dealt with that, because now it's new ladies, new energy. The group dynamics are obviously going to change. So how did you take that on in terms of, you meeting these new ladies that are from Lagos and etc.?
So I think they chose women who seemingly are dramatic, but I think they didn't realize that these people are actually going to get along because they're the same. Like, we literally, it was a blast. And the thing is, nobody held back. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to tell you, but we're going to keep it moving because we have the same personalities. So I would be lying. It was the best experience of my life. I'm not even kidding you. I think it was about 3 to 4 weeks with people that you don't know. We were treated so well. We would handle conflict, obviously, dramatically, but ultimately it was amazing. I had a time with each and every one of them. So dealing with it wasn't difficult at all. And I'm a baby, so they always say, the baby, the baby. And I'm just sitting there like, So I just took it all in.
That's great to hear. And with that being said, I think what people don't know a lot about you is the philanthropy work that you do. I was so impressed with that. I was like, how come Angel never talks about this? But then I realized, when someone does good, it shouldn't be something that you talk about. You should see it in their actions. And that's something that I just wanted you to let people know about, that side of you. How did you come to being so philanthropical with all of the work that you do, especially in the youth? I find that very, very interesting and so empowering that you care so much about the youth of South Africa. How did you get into doing all of the different things that you do for the youth specifically?
I think I always say that I come from like a very small town in a farm town. And I always highlight that I was raised very privileged. But in the same breath, I would see people who aren't. And I think turning 30 was a bit of a selfish year for me in terms of I just wanted to deal with my mental health. But 31, I was like, I want to make sure that I now give back. Because ultimately, the gospel says you pray, you fast, and you give. So I prayed to be where I was. I fasted and I succeeded to be where I am. Now it's time to give back. And it was literally the beginning. I woke up on my birthday, actually. I went to the river, got a cleansing. I stayed indoors. I was praying the whole day. Then the next day, I went to give back. And it was so fulfilling. And again, God was aligning me that I've given you so many things. It's time for you to give back. And next year, 2026, is going to be even bigger. I want to change so many people's lives. And my mom always says that in a class rather, there may be like 30 kids. But if you give one child, they are one person in their household. So imagine a child coming back with a school bag. One family will be happy. It doesn't have to be everyone. So that is fulfilling. And it's even more fulfilling when people don't know about it, because now that's just the connection between me, God, and the person who's receiving it. But obviously for sponsorships and in order to grow that side of me, I have to post about it. And that's literally the only reason. But yeah, I'm taking a different 31 looks good. 31 looks good.
It looks good on you, girl. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, and then what I also wanted to ask you was, I don't know, what can we look forward to in the next season if you guys have already started shooting? Is there any new person in your life, perhaps, that you could talk about, or are we reaching?
Ah, as Dr. C would laugh. uh, uh, guys, like, Adelaide, I would really love to share stuff with you guys, but I choose not to, because also people, I don't know, like there's a lot of people who just hate the fact that I keep coming back. So if I give you any information, I don't want to spoil that. I don't want to piss them off anymore. I want them to be pissed off in real time. So
Granted.
yeah, so I
No,
think
that
stay
makes
tuned.
sense.
And I think thank you for the love, even though it's disguised as hate.
Ah!
Don't leave Showmax. That's all I'm telling you.
No, that makes sense. But something that I also noticed, I saw the other month, like months ago, you had posted that you had just gotten your brand new house, of which I was like, oh my God, this is so great. This is such a huge milestone. But guys, a house is not fiber. Let's be honest, okay? It takes real work for you to get a house, especially at the age that you're getting it. Like, I think a lot of people tend to take your age and misalign it with the other ladies. They're forgetting that all of us have different journeys in our lives at different times. How did you deal with the backlash, which I was also so surprised with, because I was so happy for you, and it's something that I feel like you were already hinting at in the other seasons. So I was so surprised when people were like, "Oh, Real Housewives, this is not up to standards." What do you want to say about that? Because I personally don't think that. I thought that was such a huge achievement. I thought that was such great news as well. But what do you have to say about people that tend to not always receive things so well, when you're in the spotlight?
So I don't deal with those things. I pick my battles very, very carefully. I made a conscious decision to never read comments, because
Mm,
my job is to give you a show and yours is to watch and say what you want.
mm,
Number two, I seldomly value opinions from people that, one, I don't know, and two, I don't care about. And if you are a person who is sane and lives in South Africa and sees the situation that is in South Africa,
mm.
even a one-bedroom house is an achievement.
Baggy.
So in an estate, one of the best estates in Durban at
Clock it.
30,
Mm-hmm.
please. I don't know if they'll be able to even watch this, because I think most of them, if you're a negative person, then as Jojo would say, you're probably at the more Wi-Fi. Just quick to write that comment. So when they eventually do get to connect to the more Wi-Fi and see this, I just like to say, I don't care. I just like to see you do it. And I think to wrap it up, I'd like to say, what were you doing at 30? Where did you live at 30? And if you want to say something, I'll just send you a code. It's fine. Just if you ask, I'll send you a code.
Yeah, just to wrap it up finally, what can we look forward to from Angel in the future besides Girls Trip? Is there any music coming up? Is there a fashion line? Just tell us more about that.
was actually supposed to drop a skincare brand today. It's called Rich Cosmetics.
Exclusive.
Yes, it's called Rich Cosmetics, but it's Rich Collective, right? So it's a collection of skincare, hair care, hotel, and also home care. So it's furniture supplying for hotels. So every time you're at a hotel, you're gonna be buying with my stuff, okay? So I decided not to launch it because, again, being a child of God, and I feel like you'd agree with this. Sometimes things, when you don't feel ready, that's because it's not the time. But I want to take it.
Discernment.
Yes, discernment. It just doesn't feel like the time, and I've got 3 whole months of being on Showmax every week, so I still have enough time for me to pursue it fully. So yeah, Rich Collect, please follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Also, I'll be releasing music next year. Finally wound up the courage to go back because initially when I started, I feel like we all know that the industry is very toxic.
It is.
And people come and go. And for me, I was like, God, I really don't want to be those people who are up today and are gone tomorrow. So please take your time with me. And my ducks are in a row. And you guys are going to love the features. It's going to be so good. So yeah, and more philanthropy work. Maybe another show or 2 or 3 or 4 or more. But yeah, if you hate Angel, I feel sorry for you.
It's gonna be a very, very busy year there.
But yeah, that's me. And I think growing in Christ, because God is really good. And yeah, I'm a single woman for now, but I'm hopeful.
No, that's good to hear. I'm really, really thankful that you were able to join me for this interview. For those of you guys who don't know, it obviously did drop today on Friday, the 28th. It is on Showmax. And there are other ladies as well. And Angel happens to be one of those ladies that is on the show. And also, if you also want to catch up on what else she's done, she does have music on Spotify. I checked, it's there, guys. Even Apple Music, Icona. And also, you'd love her on Real Housewives of Durban, which is also on Showmax. So go ahead and support Angel, guys. Thank you so much. And thank you for taking out the time out of your day to be with us today. Thank you for the exclusive, Angel.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much. God bless you and have an amazing day. And weekend, and festive, and Black Friday.
Hey, and Girls Trip Africa.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, girl. Bye.
Bye.